on the right of your screen, and we are underway here. Your men's D1 semi-final. And Antonio Estevez takes it off the kickoff. Just shy of the 22, the Brown Bears. Lewis looks for early runners in the form of Mitchell. Corbett now, the man you mentioned before with the red headgear. They'll look to exit straight away here.
They brought real heat at the ruck. They were putting a lot of pressure on. You can see Corbett was trying to find the hole. There was no hole to have. So he went down to ground, big pressure, and this allows St. Bonaventure good field position and a great attacking place to start.
Oh, it certainly is. 1 minute gone and a dream opportunity here for St. Bonaventure to try and light something up early on in this semi-final. Scott Wilson, the scrum half, gets it in. Coiner looking for inside runners. He finds one in the form of Edwards. Noah Edwards on the left wing today for St. Bonaventure. Here's Lowther. Wilson again. Inside play. It's lovely.
Absolutely. It's still very early in this game, so they won't be too flustered at all. Brown would have absolutely wanted a line out, 30 metres out.
El Hasso gets it into Oliver Corbett. They pack down for the transferable maul straight away. So this one's been brought to ground legally, says the referee. So St. Bonaventure pile in and fully strong maul. Let's look to see if they try and strike with that early. El Hasso.
Arrows, you've got to be super accurate. And unfortunately there, just a bit mistimed. So this gives St. Bonaventure an opportunity to get a good exit play in. But what I've just noticed already, at every ruck and at every contest, St. Bonaventure are really getting stuck, and you can see there's a lot of talk out there already. They might have identified that Brown has a few hot heads in there, and maybe they're just trying to wind them up, Wheels.
I certainly love those tactics, Craig, for sure. As Wilson gets the ball into the scrum. It's strong from Brown, but they break off the back through Lowther. Wilson shapes up for an exit. Corner. Gets the deep kick down just past the halfway. That's a solid kick there from Corner. Lonsignor with the ball now. Rafael Lonsignor met in a strong tackle there. Brutal from Bonnies. Lewis finds Estevez on the charge. Just past the 10-metre mark there is Antonio Estevez. Lewis. Back to Edjua. Tito Edjua. He's a sparkling player, this man from Brown. Up to go to the boot again through Lorenzato. St. Bonaventure. Dyer. Dyer takes it on himself to rectify this one. They've certainly got some weapons across the back line and in the forward pack. Estevez brings this one down. They pack for the maul again. It's constructed nicely as they just inch forward. Corbett with the ball at the back. Brown, here they go. The Bears on the charge. Trying to work their way deep into St. Bonaventure territory as Lewis just rallies the troops on. It's been brought to ground, illegally so, says the referee. So penalty advantage. Lewis to Dyer. Shows and goes himself. Lonsignor. Mitchell. The grey headgear. Head down.
Where he's not penalising you.
Absolutely. And Brown have another opportunity here to give a replica of what we saw just before. El Hasso. Gets it at the back, this time for Casper Pitbaldo. They form the maul here. St. Bonaventure are all over it, though. They've done a great job. It's still with Brown, though. It pops out the back, and Lewis has to clean up the scraps. So show and go there through Pitbaldo again. Lewis finds Corbett. Tip pass off to Antonio Estevez. Penalty advantage, says the referee. Offside. So they get a bit of house money to play with. Looking for quick ball here. Brown. St. Bonaventure piling into the ruck. Just on the 5 metre mark there. As the restarts deep into the 22. It's taken in there by Theo Romero, who gets it off to Ed Dewar. Gets the kick underway. At the back here for Lorenzato, the little fullback for St Bonaventure. Wrapped up here by Mitchell. Release, says the referee, as Ollie Corbett piles in. Lowther. Just losing metres there with St Bonaventure, so they're going to shape up here through the carry through to Man Singh. Wilson digs for the ball. Gets it off to Coiner. Free just telling Brown to give a bit more space. The line out goes deep. Great throw there from Boshoff at the back. Wilson. A little bit messy there for St Bonaventure, and they cough it up to Brown. JT Dyer gets his kick charge down, and racing after it is Will Hogan. Hogan manages to get it on the ground.
It gives St Bonaventure an excellent attacking platform.
And here goes St Bonaventure. It's taken at the back by James Aitken, the man wearing number 3 today. Wilson gets it off to Conroy. Brown trying to contest at the breakdown, but we play on. Lovely cut and pass there. St Bonaventure with a bit of space here for Hogan down the right. He bumps off Lonsignor into the 22. Brown with the line out. They get it in. Stolen by St Bonaventure though, so right back onto attack here. Wilson gets it off to Conroy. Strong into the 22 here at St Bonaventure. Wilson. Coiner. Wide pass out to...
The forward carriers are making ground every single time. Although it might only look like a metre or half a metre, it still makes the defence go backwards. That opens up those wider attacks. So although it looks really good out wide, just watch the detail of those big forwards runners from St Bonaventure. That's creating the holes out wide.
Here goes Dylan Lewis. Gets this one in. It's a strong scrum by St Bonaventure. As they...
Absolutely. There's a lot of parity in the scrum right now. Both teams haven't really got any ascendancy so far, and a good scrum makes for a good battle in rugby. Really, really important. They're both staying legal. They're both working hard. And it's important for both teams that they keep that up. It's only 17 minutes in, so we've got to keep this discipline here.
Lewis gets this one in again. This time it's a bit better from Brown, so we're going to have clean ball here as they march forward. Lewis. Dyer. Open up the hole for Theo Romero. And St Bonaventure come in and contest this and have stolen the ball, so great work here from Bonnies. Wilson. Nelson opts for the cross kick, and it's bounced fortuitously for St Bonaventure.
Great defensive work from Eddie Nelson to get that turnover.
And Will Hogan, the number 14 for St Bonaventure, did a great job to get up for it, but just tapped it forward. So Brown will be looking to try and relieve a little bit of pressure here. There's Lewis. Gets it into the scrum. Brown break off through Antonio Estevez, who's wrapped up nicely there by Matthew Conroy. Lewis gets it back to Ejua, who shapes up for...
And as we've seen, they've been pretty handy so far.
Reynard Boshoff gets it into the line out. Taken there down by Manisha Singh. Or Young rather, as they break through here through Conroy. Wilson. Coiner shows and goes himself through the gap almost. Wilson Coiner. But it's spaced down here to the left. That's good solid carry there from Greg Steffens, the number 12. Here's James Aitken. Coiner takes the low pass, goes for the backdoor play to Nelson. They're going to get it to the edge again here. That's Reynard Boshoff, who's just lost it forward. So
the defensive channels, so they're now stopping that really organised defence, what Brown are trying to do. So even though it's behind them, they're still very, very effective. And you can see now, Brown have to start making decisions. Adua there, he flew out of the line at 13, put maximum pressure on. That did leave space out wide for Boshoff, who unfortunately knocked on for Bonnies. So I'm just really enjoying this tactical battle.
Here goes Dylan Lewis again for Brown. Gets it at the back, JT Dyer. Lonsignor, second receiver. Strong contact there in the midfield. Max O'Donoghue. Lewis finds Dyer again off to Antonio Estevez, who's been contained nicely in this first half so far by Brown, by St Bonaventure.
You're not coming in from the side and just doing everything legally. And it looks like this ball hasn't went out.
Hasn't found touch indeed, so St Bonaventure, they go for the up and under through Matteo Lorenzato. Ollie Corbett can't take it cleanly and it goes backwards for him to collect again. Gets the offload away. That's good stuff there from Corbett. A bit of space here for Brown and it's being coughed up there by Dyer. So this time James Aitken for St Bonaventure back on the attack. Wilson. Backdoor play for Conroy. Coiner. Lovely wide cutout. Bounce pass, you'd call it, down the left. Noah Edwards. Wilson. Goes the wee dummy to the left and then shapes back to the right. Daniel Laufer, the number 8 for St Bonaventure. Coiner. Lovely line there from James Aitken, the big prop. Got the offload away to Ollie Corbett though from Brown, so this is some end-to-end stuff at the moment. Lewis. Dyer. Pitbaldo. Some brutal contact going in.
Attacks we've been talking about, and they've been pulling it out the back. That means Brown have been really chasing to slow it down. But what we've started seeing those last few phases, they started to use those frontline runners. So now that's where they're starting to find those holes. And Aitken did get through the hole. And I think Ollie Corbett used all his smarts and called for the ball there. And Aitken delightfully, to his fear, actually gave it to him. But it was a good attack.
20 minutes gone in that encounter. And we'll be back over there next weekend for the men's finals, of course. Scott Wilson with the ball here for St Bonaventure. Gets it off to Coiner. Takes the line on himself. Gets the offload away messily there to Messiah Young. The number 8, Daniel Laufer, has to go back and clean it up once more. Wilson. Nelson. A try scorer in the first half. This one at the back here for Lorenzato. Again, it's popped out the back here for Brown and they kick it forward. So, against the runner play, St Bonaventure have to get the clear and kick away, and Joel Hasso. They'll shape up here again, Brown, no doubt, for the maul. Corbett. This one, it's been slapped back by St Bonaventure with Conroy. So Brown unable to execute on that opportunity. Shape up here, St Bonaventure for the kick away from Nelson. Inside the 20.
13 Adua for Brown, as you just said. Excellent kicking. But Brown's lineup's under been a bit of pressure. This is 3 in a row that they've not stuck. So let's see if they can get this one right.
This one's good this time. Ollie Corbett takes it down and they immediately form the maul. It's been taken at ground though, so Lewis has to get this one out to JT Dyer. Lonsignor, short pass. Off again there to Max O'Donoghue, the number 12 for Brown. Lonsignor, back for Mitchell. The big number locks wrapped in a good tackle there by Greg Steffens. Lonsignor plays first receiver. Dyer. Estevez puts on the little goose step. You love to see it. Just past their own 10-metre mark here of Brown and pleading for a penalty. Lewis. Lonsignor. Gabriel. Space here for Mitchell. The halfway line on camera. Brown looking to get into their work here. JT Dyer. Put Baldo. Bit of space down the right for Corbett. He grabs it with his big mitts and he goes barnstorming past the halfway. Lewis trying to play with some pace. He finally gets it out. Dyer.
Sometimes you don't even have to make a tackle to get a turnover. Just with line speed will do it. And that's exactly what Bonnie's got there.
Just over 10 minutes to play in this first half. 5 points to 3. Slim margins at the moment in this D1 AA semi-final coming up after this game. That one between Boston and Kentucky, which promises to be a great encounter as well. They will meet the Louisville Cardinals in the grand final next week. Scott Wilson gets the ball in. Strong push there from Brown with Coiner. Backdoor for Nelson. Wide pass out to the right. Will Hogan. Hogan gets taken cleanly there by Theo Romero. Matthew Conroy. He's had a good opening 30 minutes. The number 7 for Bonnies. Nelson. Coiner puts over the chip and chase, and Lewis gets it back to Lonsignor, who certainly knows how to dance. Pleading for a penalty here is Lewis, and he gets just what he wanted. Hasn't all been going to plan at line-out time so far for the Bears. This one.
Kind of trying to counteract that by going over the top. And as soon as you go over the top, you have to be super accurate. And El Hasso, unfortunately, on the few occasions hasn't been. But that's a big win for St. Bonaventure.
Great set-piece opportunity here for Scott Wilson and St. Bonaventure. They'd love another try in this first half. As Wilson. This time it's clean ball. Coiner. Rather, that's first receiver in the form of Greg Steffens. Apologies. He takes contact. Doumbé. Wrap around here for Wilson. Puts through the grubber. He chases after it. That's a lovely kick there from Wilson and has to go back and collect it deep inside their own territory as Brown and gets the kick away, but trouble here for Nelson. He's already got one to his name. Nelson. Punching to the 5. The offload. Superb. To man.
There, can't quite get his number. Great play all round.
Well, we break away here through Will Hogan. Will Hogan for St. Bonaventure.
Well, so good work all around. But I tell you what, St. Bonaventure are putting on the pressure. As you said, Hogan sliced through. But twice now, in 2 plays, a Dewar for Brown defensively. He held up that one from Singh, and then he made that try-saving tackle there. Big play there from Majua to keep his team from conceding a score. I mean, Brown are still in a tough position, but that is massive work from the freshman.
Those are your plays you need in semi-finals rugby, that is for sure. Just over 5 minutes to play. Strong scrum from Bonnies. Lewis gets it out as they run inside their own channel here. JT Dyer. St. Bonaventure pleading for the St. Bonaventure. Looks to have taken off Greg Steffens there, the number 12. Brown, clean ball this time. Estevez, they shaped for the maul. Etching forward, it's at the back here. El Hasso as they make some good meters on this occasion. Creeping towards the 10-meter mark. Lewis just marshalling his troops. Matt Mitchell at the back now with the ball. Corbett next in line. Good stuff here from the Bears. Elgin Dari with the ball now. Finally go to ground, do the Bears. Lewis. Dyer. Lonsignor, wide pass out here. Max O'Donoghue.
That the tackles have to be passive. and they were still really aggressive in the tackle, and then they're forcing that offload. And again, it was just a good defensive win there from St. Bonaventure. But Brown are starting to see that space out wide. It's going to be interesting to see how that develops throughout this game.
And the scrum finally packs down, so Wilson gets it in and Brown goes straight to ground. So penalty advantage here for St. Bonaventure. Corner, bit of house money to play with. Nelson, we know how dangerous he's been with ball in hand. Brown, try and get the turnover. Conroy carries hard. Try and dance through the gap here to St. Bonaventure, but Brown have done a good job. Omar Al-Jindari. Wilson. And there from Doumbé. Ethan Doumbé, the prop today for St. Bonaventure, wearing number 1. Wide pass there from Lorenzato. Hogan again. At the back here for Lowther. Building some phases nicely here at St. Bonaventure. Nelson.
Modern day rugby, you have to make a genuine effort to get the ball. And he's a big loss, but also that kick really needed to go out from Baboni's point of view.
It certainly did. So Santiago Cortabaria has to clear it himself, but that one hasn't found touch either. So it's somehow ended up back in Brown's hands. So we'll play on. Henry Gabriel. Lewis shapes up for the box kick and finds some space. Great kick there from Dylan Lewis. What's the chase line like from Brown? Pretty good.
Prime time for Brown now. Just to steady the ship, rebuild, and just critically get field position. Big moments.
Well, we're almost into referee's time here as, again, Brown breakaway. Gabriel, number 7, breaks through. Looks for the... And here we go. Monsignor. This one just shy of the 22, taken in by Nelson, who had a strong opening 40 minutes for St. Bonaventure. Scott Wilson shapes up here for the box kick. Gets this one up around the halfway metre mark, and it's taken fantastically there by Wilsonkopf. Line-outs functioning well for St. Bonaventure. Taken in here by Taman Singh. Back to Mosiah Young down the right side here for Bosch off the hooker. Singh again. Carries once more. In jig 4, Bosch off. Bonaventure close here. They look to have gone over. Inches short. Referee's in a good position. Not over the line just yet. Bonaventure go very close. Conroy gets it. Corbett in the bin. Monsignor. Taken cleanly there by St. Bonaventure. So let's see if they look to utilise the box kick again. And indeed they look to set up through Wilson. Edwards gives chase once more. This time it's taken cleanly by Ejua, Tito Ejua, down the left. Manages to get it into touch. Brilliant stuff there from Ejua, but St. Bonaventure come up with it through Nelson. It's popped out there, so... Well, a good opportunity here again for St. Bonaventure. The 22 in sight. Taken down by Taman Singh. El Hasso, no doubt the line-out would have been a talking point for the coaching staff at half-time. Let's see how they go here, the Bears. This one's taken down cleanly by Pit Baldo, and they form them all straight off the bat. This one marching through the half for Brown. Look at this ascendancy from the Bears. Lewis ordering his troops forward. St. Bonaventure got to be careful not to give away a penalty here. Past the 10-metre mark for the Bears. Almost brought to ground, but still going. Now it's been brought to ground, so penalty advantage. Lewis. Bonaventure with the upper hand in the second half. El Hasso. They go to the middle again through Pit Baldo. That functioned well last time. This time, St Bonaventure get a good defensive shove on, but Brown still with the ball in possession. Henrique Gabriel taken around the neck there, but no penalty. Estevez gets the carry away. Lewis gets it off to Casper Pitbaldo. Just trying to slow things down a bit here. Brown. Mitchell gets taken in contact and loses the ball backwards to play on. Asa Rosenmeyer with the ball now. Lewis gets it off to Gabriel. Going close here is Henrique Gabriel. Just shy of the line here are the Bears. They punch forward. Good defense there by St Bonaventure. Rosenmeyer.
A big prop like him, who's got those skills, the future's bright.
Certainly is, as Brown back off the restart here through Estevez, who puts the engine into full gear and runs straight and hard. Tito Ejua with that educated kicking game sends it down into St Bonaventure territory. Lorenzo puts the up and under again. What's the chase like? Pretty good as they wrap up Ejua, who's driven back here by Matthew Conroy. Lewis finds Corbett, who's back on the field now, it looks like, for the Bears. So back to a 15-man advantage. As they try and exit a little bit dangerously here do the Bears. Estevez. Lewis gets it back to Ejua. This time it's been charged. First half to that knee, so he's going to battle on. And Tito Ejua gets us underway with the dropout. It's at the back here for St Bonaventure. Wide pass here. Nelson. They look to move it down the left edge. Number 21 side. Mendenhall. Carries hard. It's a good carry there by Mendenhall. Wilson finds Daniel Laufer just past the 10-metre mark here. St Bonaventure. Coiner. Beats one, beats two, does Coiner. Still going. Great run there by the fly half of St Bonaventure, and they get the psychology. Strikes it well. And doesn't quite go the distance, and it pulls up short for Asa Rosenmeyer. Still danger time here for Brown as they look to exit. Corbett takes it beyond the 5-metre. Elgin Dari. St Bonaventure looking to still apply pressure here on the right end of the field. Dyer gets it now. Indeed it is, and the line out is taken cleanly by St Bonaventure. They set up for the maul and it's been taken to ground. Wilson plays wide. Coiner taken strongly there by Ejua. Back to Edwards with the offload. Brown doing a good job here just to wrap up St Bonaventure. James Aitken. Wilson. Coiner. Backdoor play to Lorenzato. Punches through to Matteo Lorenzato. Brown almost get the poach, but play on. New man on the field there. Patrick Klink gets taken highly, and Brown may have forced the maul here. Looks to have been called by the referee, so they must use this.
Which team that's going to suit, because Brown traditionally love an arm wrestle. They really, really do. But Bonnies, they're here to fight as well. So this is just an epic battle what we've got brewing.
It certainly is going to be a grandstand finish here at Penn State Barracks. As there's a little bit of St Bonaventure certainly up for the challenge today. You just get the feeling it's going to go down to the wire here. Craig, if you're in Brown's position here, what do you look to do to try and win that arm wrestle, as you say?
Well, first of all, it's all about just a good exit. You've got to clear your lines. Don't get caught playing in this area, and a big scrum will help that.
Well, the contact coach might get what he wants here as Brown get the shove on and Estevez breaks through. Antonio Estevez, such a powerful runner. It's a great exit there from Brown, and it doesn't matter whether you kick it or not, they run it through. Corbett. Falls back here for Lewis.
What St Bonaventure to do is get all their defensive guys back on side. Then they could put maximum pressure on that second phase, and it's exactly what we saw. So take a bow, number 6, Rowan Welsh. That was a huge play. Again, probably not going to make a highlight reel, but my word, that was huge.
Well, here we go for Scott Wilson today. Really controlled this game well so far for St Bonaventure, Craig. Both 9s for Brown and St Bonaventure. Really talented players.
No, they both are. There's all these players out here. They deserved it. One, they work hard, but they're excellent. They're a credit to their teams, to their colleges, and they're giving it their all out there. And we're the ones who get to enjoy the battle.
Big battle ahead for sure. Wilson gets it off to Coiner. Back to Mendenhall. There's a bit of space here for Edwards. Down the right, he gets the pass away to Lorenzato. Manages to keep him play. Threatening here, St Bonaventure. Wilson finds Singh. Taman Singh. Coiner. Wide pass again out to Mendenhall. Back to Welsh. Rowan Welsh. Past the 22 here for Bonnies. Wilson looking for runners. Finds one in the form of Patrick Clink. The sun's starting to shine here in Reading, Pennsylvania. Lorenzato out to Edwards. Junior Gaffer there on the green headgear. Manages to keep him wrapped up on the ground. Wilson gets it off to Singh again. Succession of carries for him, the big lock. Coiner runs himself. Coiner breaks through. Wilson, Coiner still going. Fantastic run there from the number 10. Singh again. They punch forward. Do St Bonaventure. Backwards, says the referee. Nelson. Mendenhall. Isolated. Goes for the bridge ball out to Boshoff. Gets wrapped up there by JT Dyer for Brown. So good defense here so far from Brown. Not really letting St Bonaventure go anywhere. Wilson finds Lauther. Back here for Nelson. Backdoor play. Lorenzato, Junior Gaffer. That's what he can do. Brilliant defensive read there from Gaffer. Here we go for Brown. El Hasso. Line-out's been better in the second half. Corbett takes this one down and they form the maul. Penalty advantage, says the referee. So they can roll the dice here, Brown, as they continue to march forward.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this one develops.
Good field position here for the Bears as they no doubt look to find Corbett again, and they do just that. They bring it down at the front. St Bonaventure able to stall Brown at the start. Now they start to get a little bit of a roll on here. Do the Bears marching forward. It's here with Matt Mitchell, the number 4 for the Bears. Release, says the referee. Lewis. Dyer. Hagan continues to control the St Bonaventure pack around the field. As we mentioned earlier, strong game there from Wilson. Just over on 15 minutes to play here in this NCR D1 men's semi-final. Trip to Houston on the cards. Hagan gets it in. Under a bit of pressure, and he gets pile driven immediately. So what an introduction to the game. As they look for the exit here. Noah Edwards. Or rather, that's Coiner. Apologies.
And make the most of this one.
Corbett takes it down again. He's been a regular target when it comes to maul time here. As Brown continue to march forward. They've got a good shove on here, do the Bears. Try line, corner flag in sight on your screen. Still working forward here are the Bears. Taken to ground there. Lewis to Dyer. Guffer. Short ball and gets tripped up again, but backwards says the referee. So Matt Mitchell takes it into contact and St Bonaventure almost, or they do indeed get the steal. So brilliant work there. And Hagen will look to get it back to the exit. Nelson. St Bonaventure with the lead. Joel Hasso. Manages to find Corbett again, but it's messy and St Bonaventure forced the steal. Good job defensively there, but somehow Asa Rosemeyer gets it back for Brown. So Ollie Corbett back on the charge. Off to Casper Pitbaldo. Lewis finds Dyer. Estevez punching onto this one with a bit of force on the 22. Dyer. Pitbaldo again. Need to get stuck into their work here, do the Bears. Dyer. Back for Gabriel. Rather, it's El Hasso. Good defense here by St Bonaventure. Matt Mitchell with another carry. He's had plenty of those today. St Bonaventure pleading for a penalty, but play on, says the referee. Lonsignor. Corbett. Gets the quick placement away. Lewis. Dyer. Space opens up, but James Aitken shows him the door. And it's been turned over by St Bonaventure, so brilliant defensive work there from Bonnies and Chad Hagen. They'll look to try and, no doubt, bang this one downfield as Patrick Clink takes it into contact.
Big moments with about 9 minutes left in this game. How do they stop this line-out?
Well, that'll be the task at hand for sure for St Bonaventure. As you said, time winding down on the clock. Gets it off to Corbett, and that one...
They've really switched it up today, and that's because Bonnies are waiting for them. They can't just throw it into that same place. So they've done their homework, they've done their analysis, and they're getting their rewards now.
And Hagen look to put into the scrum here. We talked about Craig. This one's going to come down to the wire, and 2 points in it. It certainly looks to live up to that tale. Hagen gets it away. Mendenhall manages to get the short pass away to the new man on the field for Lope. Hagen finds his number 8, Daniel Lowther, who's been a real linchpin today for this pack of St Bonaventure. Wide pass there, it's collected by Matthew Conroy.
Championship run off the back of the scrum, exactly what we're seeing now. The amount of times in the playoff games when they needed a big scrum, they had it. What they're also very savvy at, once they get the shunt on, Estevez at the back is an excellent footballer. He can control the ball, so he tries to milk the penalty. Not just win the scrum, but milk the penalty as well.
Good shunt there from St Bonaventure, but Lewis gets it out the back for Brown. Lonsignor, Gaffer, breaks through one, still going Junior Guffer. Looks to get the place, but can't quite get it. Not rolling away was the pleads from Brown, but they play on. Corbett gets the pass, and it's been lost forward, so costly mistake there from Brown, and St Bonaventure will look to send this one. Really box office material. El Hasso gets clean ball this time to Corbett, but free kick early again. So
wonderful. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one develops between winning your scrum and then clearing, or just taking the yards but giving up possession.
Well, here we go. Chad Hagen with one of the most important put-ins to this game so far. Gets it at the back. It's messy and it's been lost forward there by St Bonaventure. So Brown ball here. Lewis trying to dig for it. He pleads for some sort of a penalty and it falls at the back there for Elgin Dari, who just gets up and goes. So however, we get a...
And they've brought it to it now. But I think there's still a bit left in this game. Really excited to see what Bonnies can bring. Got to execute your line out. Give yourself a chance to get some points on the board.
It's taken down here cleanly. Brown pleading for an infringement, but they roll on here to St Bonaventure. Penalty advantage comes the way of St Bonnies. Hagan gets it off to Coiner. Wide bridge pass out to Matthew Joss with the red headgear. Joss shapes into the right. Still going Joss. Ed Dewar gives him the body slam. Let's see if they try and use that penalty advantage. Here comes Daniel Lowther. They punch through the 22. Good field position here for St Bonaventure. Coiner. Guffer can't contain him. Under a minute to play. Championship grand final spot on the line. Penalty to St